Emma clearly needs therapy, and this kind of behavior isn't acceptable anywhere, especially in your own home. It might be better to go through the courts rather than escalate things further. Not the a-hole. While it's clear you were pushed to your limits, suing a 15-year-old is tricky legally. Emma's still a minor, and it would fall back on her guardian, Leah. So, you might end up essentially suing your wife. A court case could get complicated, but your frustration is understandable. You tried to be patient, but there's only so much you can take. I don't know if I still want to follow through with the legal actions I mentioned earlier, but I'll try to clarify things for you all. I live in Central Europe, and the law in my country says that once someone turns 15, they can be held accountable for their actions. You can't be sent to prison, but you're not treated like a minor either. So yes, I could pursue legal action against a 16-year-old. My wife and I had a prenup and didn't share finances, so if the divorce does happen, we should be able to settle things fairly easily. I won't be suing myself or her. But I'm not sure if suing Emma means that her mother would be the one liable for the damages. I haven't discussed it with the lawyer yet. Emma destroyed an expensive car, and she needs to face consequences for her actions. I know some people think I should blame her mother, but let it be clear, this isn't Leah's fault. Emma's actions are her own, and she has been able to get away with them by hiding behind the grief of losing her father. That's not an excuse anymore. There's a difference between grieving and being an outright jerk, and Emma has been a jerk. Update. Hey everyone, a lot of you asked for an update, so here it is. It's been a few weeks since the incident and things have progressed. I met with Leah, and we discussed everything. She wanted to try again with our marriage, but I told her I want a divorce. It wasn't an easy decision, but in the end I feel it was the right one. I still love Leah, but I can't continue to be caught in the middle of this situation. Last year was one of the hardest times in my life, and I have to prioritize my mental health. It wasn't easy for Leah either, but I think she understood. We agreed that this would also be better for Emma in the long run. I strongly suggested Emma get professional help, and she started therapy last week. Leah and I went to the lawyer's office and signed the divorce papers. It was quick and smooth. We had a prenup, so we didn't share assets, and our marriage lasted just 1 year. There are still a few small things to sort out, but for the most part, it's over. I also met with my lawyer about the car damage. It's going to cost a lot to fix about 6,000 euros. The average salary here is around 1,000 euros a month, so this is a significant amount. I checked with my insurance, but it doesn't cover vandalism, and the damage is far too severe. My lawyer advised me to go to the police and press charges against Emma. I wasn't sure about it, but my lawyer said it would help my case if things go wrong. A few days after that, I met with Leah again to discuss everything, and we both brought our lawyers. I told her I wouldn't be able to cover the cost myself, and I wanted her to pay for the damages. Leah told me she didn't have the money right now. She and Emma have moved in with her parents, and she's looking for a new place. So I offered to pay for the damage up front, and she'll pay me back when she can. She agreed, but since I reported Emma to the police, she now has a criminal record which will likely cause problems for her down the road. Emma is set to appear in civil court, and my lawyer thinks she'll most likely be required to undergo psychiatric evaluation and some community service hours. It's been a really tough couple of weeks, but my friends have been incredibly supportive, and I'm relieved it's all coming to an end. I appreciate the support and advice from everyone here. Thank you for your kind words and judgments. Top comments on the previous post. I'm really sorry your marriage ended up this way, but I hope you have a repayment plan set in writing with your ex-wife. I'm guessing so, as both of you had lawyers present. Lawyers want everything documented. We signed a contract and she'll have about 26 months to pay me back. I didn't think it was important enough to mention, but it's definitely in writing now. Good for you for standing firm. And don't feel guilty for reporting Emma to the police. You did her a favor. If she isn't held accountable when she's young, she'll only continue with these behaviors as she gets older and eventually get into deeper trouble. Just because she's sad or shocked doesn't mean she gets a free pass. She can process her anger or grief in healthier ways. Scratching up someone's car and causing 6,000 euros in damages isn't acceptable in any situation. Exactly, this may be the first time she's facing consequences, and while it's understandable that she's dealing with the loss of her father, that's still no excuse for her behavior. It's inexcusable. Man, I feel for Emma, but she messed up. You're doing what you have to do, but honestly, that girl has spent the last 5 years desperately crying for help. It took something like this, a major fallout with her mother, for her to finally get therapy. Her actions show how much she's been struggling. After such a traumatic event, it's clear she needed professional help. The lesson here is therapy is vital. If you have access to one, don't hesitate to go, whether it's for trauma, mental health issues, or just emotional struggles. It can make all the difference. I'm a 31-year-old guy and my wife, Leah, 33F. We've been together for about 3 years, married for 1. Things have been good between us, except for her daughter, Emma, 16F. She's from Leah's previous marriage, and her dad passed away in a car accident about 4 years ago. When Leah and I started dating, we took things slow. She didn't introduce me to Emma until she knew we were serious. When I met her, Emma was distant and often rude, but I understood. I made sure not to pressure her into bonding. I always told her to call me by my first name because I didn't want to replace her dad, just get along with her. Over time, things got better. There were still some rough patches, though. Emma was occasionally rude to me, and sometimes her comments were out of line. I never said anything to her about it because Leah told me to be patient. Things really started to escalate after we got married. I offered Leah and Emma to move in with me, and Leah agreed right away. Emma wasn't happy about it, but since she was 15 at the time, she didn't have much say in the matter. That's when the problems began. Emma started being destructive in the house. She'd break glasses and plates in the kitchen and leave the sharp pieces lying around. She'd throw things out the window and insult our neighbors. This would happen at least twice a week. I admit I lost my temper at times and yelled at her to clean up her mess, but I never laid hands on her. Leah kept telling me to give Emma time, but the behavior didn't stop. Last week, things hit a breaking point. Leah and I were coming home from dinner and found the garage door open. Inside, Emma was slashing the tires of my car, a Lexus RX, which is expensive. She had also scratched the paint with her keys. I completely lost it. I called her a little brat and told her to get out of my house. Leah immediately took her side and said Emma was just acting out. She told me I shouldn't have called her that. At that point, I told Leah that if she thought Emma could continue destroying my things, she could leave with her. We argued for about 15 minutes and I told them both to pack their bags and leave. It was almost midnight, but they packed up and left. Now that I've had time to think, I know I could have handled the situation better, but at that moment I just couldn't take it anymore. Leah and I will be getting a divorce, and I'm consulting a lawyer about suing Emma for the damage to my car. I'm just fed up with her constant destruction and toxic behavior. When I talk to my parents about it, my mom thinks I'm the a-hole for kicking them out, but I'm not sure. So Reddit, am I the a-hole? Top comments before the update. Not the a-hole. There's a big difference between giving space and letting someone walk all over you. You gave Emma the space she needed, but there's a line, and she crossed it. If Leah truly respected you or your marriage, she would have handled it earlier.
Next story update. I want to leave my girlfriend, not her daughter. I'm sorry if this is all over the place, but I'm writing this drunk and just venting. I'm 42 meters and I've been with my girlfriend 34F for 7 years. The first 5 years were good, but the last 2 have steadily declined, especially after I found out she's been cheating on me with her coworker for over a year. Long story short, I suspected, snooped, and found out. It's done. I'm over it. The thing is, I pay for everything. I have a great job that allows me to not worry about money. She quit her job to be a stay-at-home mum, and I've been covering all her expenses, including her daughter's private school, hobbies, etc. It wasn't a big deal until I found out about the cheating and the fact that she'd been mocking me behind my back. Now, I'm done. But here's the problem. Her daughter, Lily 15F, and I've grown really close to her. She's brilliant and we've become best friends. We talk about everything and I've supported her as much as I can. She's incredibly smart. It's almost unbelievable. I want to continue supporting her financially, but I know her mother would throw a huge fit if she found out I wanted to fund Lily's education and future, but not the luxury lifestyle she's grown accustomed to. Anna has become complacent with the lifestyle I've been providing, but once I leave, she won't be able to afford it anymore. I'm worried she'll try to use Lily to manipulate me into continuing to fund her extravagant lifestyle. I don't want Lily to be caught in the middle of that. I care deeply about Lily and I want to see her succeed in life. I don't want to get manipulated or forced into anything I'm not comfortable with. I just want to make sure she has the opportunities she deserves. Sorry if this is a rambling mess. I'm kind of a mess right now. I don't know what to do and I'm honestly a bit scared. Top advice. Nothing wrong with this, and it sounds like your intentions are in the right place. A few things to consider. Top comments on the previous post. 1. Set up a trust or education fund. You could establish a trust or an education savings plan in Lily's name. Consulting an accountant or financial advisor is a good idea. They can guide you through the best options for her future while minimizing potential conflicts. 2. Get legal advice. I strongly recommend consulting a lawyer. Family law varies widely depending on where you live, and having legal guidance will help you navigate this situation more effectively and protect your intentions. 3. Prepare for splitting with your girlfriend while staying connected with a teenager you're not legally related to might raise eyebrows. People could misinterpret your intentions. A lawyer can help you address potential backlash and clarify your role.
4. Consider future dynamics. Relationships change over time, especially when children are involved. As Lily grows older, her mother might influence her perception of you or introduce someone new into her life. Be prepared for the possibility that she could drift away, even if you're supporting her. Update. I've had time to reflect and sober up, and I realize that consulting my lawyer is the best course of action. There's a lot to unpack, but I'm working toward a clean break while minimizing harm. I deeply appreciate everyone who shared advice. It helped more than you know. After some serious thought, I decided to approach Anna with honesty. I explained that our relationship was over and asked for a mature conversation about how we could move forward. To my surprise, the discussion went better than expected. She admitted her mistakes and apologized for not ending things when she should have. We agreed that our relationship had run its course. When it came to Lily, we both agreed on prioritizing her well-being. I will continue funding her education directly, as I've always done. Anna was surprisingly cooperative. We also had a calm, respectful conversation with Lily. Though we kept the details of the breakup vague, she was, understandably, upset, but I reassured her that I'd always be there for her if she needed me. For now, I've decided to take a step back. Lily needs her mother more than ever, and I don't want to strain their relationship. I hope that one day, Lily and I can reconnect under better circumstances. Edit. Wow, I wasn't expecting such a massive response. Thank you all. Here are some clarifications based on common questions. 1. Lily's education. My decision to continue paying for her schooling is 100% my own. I pay the school directly, so Anna has no control over the funds. I'm doing this purely for Lily's benefit. 2. How we told Lily. I believe we handled the conversation in the best way possible. I told her that I'd always, but her mother and I simply couldn't make things work. I avoided sharing the messy details because I don't think it would benefit her. Her dad passed away before she could know him, and her mother is the only parent she's truly had. I don't want to damage that bond. It's up to her mom to rise to the occasion. 3. How I'm doing. I'm okay. The support from all of you has been incredible, and it means the world to me. Some responses made me laugh, like the lady who offered to support me in person with steak and other things. Definitely a scam, but it was flattering. Seriously, thank you all for the encouragement. Closing comments. When I was 23, I dated a woman with a 6-month-old daughter. We were together for 2 years before breaking up because of a job opportunity in a different city. The split was hard, not just because I loved her, but because I'd grown so attached to her daughter. Over the years, I've tried to maintain friendships with exes, but some breakups have been so painful that staying in touch wasn't possible. With this experience, I know navigating my current situation won't be easy, but I'm doing my best to act with kindness and integrity. Thank you again for the advice, and I hope Lily thrives in the future. I decided to stay in Lily's life as a father figure and asked her mother, Anna, if she was okay with it. She agreed, and while it was difficult at first, it became easier over time. I made regular trips back to my hometown to visit them, as well as my parents and friends. Sometimes, Anna would bring Lily to my town and leave her with me for weekends, while she caught up with her own friends. Over the years, I was there for so many milestones, celebrating birthdays, teaching her to swim, walking her to school, showing her how to ride a bike, driving her to her first concert, taking her to her first music festival, having the talk, supporting her through her first breakup, teaching her to drive, celebrating her graduation, helping with her first legal drink, paying for her first tattoo, and much more. I missed her 16th birthday, but I made it to her 18th and 21st. One of my favorite memories is when we went to Mexico for a month and got matching travel tattoos in Spanish. Anna and I are still very close. She's one of my best friends, and we've shared countless important moments. Over the years, she's come to me for advice about parenting and life. I think of her as family. Lily moved to my city to attend university, and just over a year ago, she moved in with me. Right now, I'm writing this on our balcony while she works from her room nearby. We've always been close, but the past year brought us even closer, especially during the social distancing measures in Australia. I remember wondering if staying in Lily's life was the right choice for me. Her and Anna, looking back, I know it was one of the best decisions I've ever made. This girl is my world. I hope my story offers guidance to anyone in a similar situation. It's not always easy, and people might not always understand, but it's worth it. Good luck, and I hope everything works out for you, too. Edit number 2. Alright, folks. I think it's time for me to step back and focus on what's ahead. I can't thank you all enough for your kind, heartfelt, and inspiring messages. What started as a drunken rant turned into something deeply meaningful, and it's helped me more than I can express. I'll always be grateful for this experience. I've bookmarked this thread to return to whenever I need a reminder of your encouragement. For now, I'm signing off. I'm content knowing I've stayed true to myself and my values. And I have no regrets about how I handle things. Thank you again for your kindness, and I wish you all the best in your own journeys. Goodbye for now, and who knows, maybe I'll update in the future.